What's going on, world? It's Xiaomi Sensei ripping. I'm back again with another video. Moments ago, comedian Aries Spears reacts to Rotten Tomatoes giving Ice Cube a 0 for his latest movie, War of the Worlds. That's right, y'all. For those who may not know, recently Aries Spears, he received a lot of backlash after telling Vlad he wasn't a big fan of Ice Cube's music or movies. Well, moments ago, Aries Spears took to IG to react to Rotten Tomatoes giving Ice Cube a 0 for his latest movie, War of the Worlds. Okay, for those who missed what Aries had to say in his post on IG moments ago, Aries says in his post, so I guess when I gave my opinion saying that Ice Cube has zero range and he's not a good actor, I was hating, right? And when some of y'all say, well, he was great in Boys in the Hood, Ice Cube is a street nigga from LA playing a street nigga from LA. That's not a stretch, okay? Other people in the comments say, well, I bet they won't check that Rotten Tomatoes for that 0 they gave the movie. Another person commented said, everyone owes Aries an apology. He was right. Okay, another person commented saying, he was great in 21 Jump Street. LOL. Okay, now, like I said, for those, you know what I mean, who may have missed it, Aries Spears, he received a lot of backlash after criticizing Ice Cube's music and acting. You know what I mean? A lot of people felt like it's one thing to have an opinion, right? But they felt like Spears was going in. You know what I mean? Now, let's check out this article. The Independent, shout out to them. They posted an article speaking on Rotten Tomatoes, giving Ice Cube's latest movie a 0. Okay, some people felt like they were thoroughly entertained, while others felt like this may be the worst movie they've ever seen, ever. Okay, now, I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, I haven't seen the movie yet. But again, a lot of people on social media, they just wasn't feeling the fact that Ice Cube is on the computer screen the whole damn movie. Okay, again, this is War of the Worlds. And if you remember, the movie that came out years ago with Ice Cube, somehow, or excuse me, Tom Cruise, you know, somehow this was completely different. Okay. But again, people were not feeling this film in the way that it was shot. Okay. Now, again, Ice Cube in the film, he is a Homeland Security surveillance and threat assessment expert. Okay. This is Ice Cube's character in the movie. So when we talk about range and things of that nature, you know, this isn't Boys in the Hood, like I already said. Okay. Now, again, this film was shot in 2020. This is important to note because this was during COVID. All right. A lot of studios were, you know, trying to find ways to make money when everything was shut down. You get what I mean? So the fact that they shot the movie essentially from the computer screen, this is the reason why. All right. So again, try to be understanding of, you know, the reason as to why they decided to shoot the film the way that they did, because again, this was during COVID, and here we are in 2025. Amazon chose to release it. Okay, now again, this film was directed by Rich Lee. All right, and it had a 0% critics rating and a 12% audience rating at the time of the writing. Okay, the film has drawn criticism for its flat performances, uninspired direction, and lack of narrative depth. All right. Again, Peter DeBarge at Variety describes the film as sitting through 2 minutes of ads to watch 90 more of what amounts to a feature-length commercial for all things Amazon. This is crazy, y'all. But again, like I said, so many people bombing Ice Cube's performance, so just the movie in its entirety. Again, they tried to be creative by shooting the film during COVID. I mean, listen, people just wasn't feeling it. Again, Amazon and their decision on, you know, finally putting the movie out, I guess, you know, they wanted to see how the people will respond. And listen, this is somebody on Twitter saying this is an actual shot from the new War of the Worlds movie. Okay, they promoting thumb drives. Okay, another person, I'm not going to play the scene. They say this scene from War of the Worlds sent me absolutely absurd. Okay, another person said, I just watched the worst movie ever created. I'm 90% sure this entire movie is AI generated, and I hope it is. I don't want to believe humans are capable of this, okay? They beat a full alien invasion with an Amazon delivery drone and $1,000 Amazon card. That's the climax, all right? Now, again, some people felt like they were entertained by this film, but like I said, man, Rotten Tomatoes bombing this film the way that they did, a lot of people saying, nah, this ain't it, Cube. And Aries Spears, listen, the timing couldn't be better for him because he received a lot of criticism from some of his peers who felt like he was hating on Ice Cube because, again, you have to acknowledge Ice Cube's running this, okay? Of course, no one has to like someone. I understand that. We are entitled to our own opinion. We have our own preference. But again, when you start to, get a little extra in the assessment, that's when people feel like it's hating. Because let's be real, Ice Cube, we understand that, yes, he might not be the best actor on the big screen, but what he's been able to accomplish with the skill set he has, you have to commend this man. There are a lot of people who came and went. It's 2025, and the fact that Cube is still in demand, you got to give that man praise. You know what I mean? Aries, on the other hand, come on. Respect to him and his contribution in the comedy game. Can't deny that. However, when it comes to the box office and the big screen, we haven't seen Aries in decades, okay? I'm talking a long time. Last time I seen Aries in a movie, it might have been with Ice Cube. I could be wrong, but that was like the early 90s. You know what I mean? And that's no slight to Aries. But again, it's levels, man. And when you're at the level of an Ice Cube at a point where his brand is already known and solidified, come on. At what point do, we value those who actually did it over those who just talk? Now, again, Aries Spears has been in the industry. You know what I mean? Me, I'm just giving my take. But when we try to, criticize those and act as if, they aren't as great as, we hold them in that high regard, it's like, come on, man. That's why some people feel like maybe Aries didn't get a role in one of those Friday movies or one of those Cube movies. And this is why he feels the way that he felt. But again, his opinion and the timing of this Rotten Tomatoes score, listen, couldn't be any better for Aries. But like I said, man, y'all let me know, what are your thoughts on Aries Spears reacting to Rotten Tomatoes giving Ice Cube's latest film, Waterworlds, a 0? Do you agree with Rotten Tomatoes when given this assessment of 0, right? Some people saying that this is one of the worst movies they ever seen. Do you agree with people when, sharing that criticism of the film? Or do you feel like Ice Cube, didn't do a bad job considering this film was shot in 2020 during COVID? Like I said, you see all these headlines, and it's unfortunate because, again, Hollywood trying to find a way to make money, during a time when everyone was forced to stay in their homes. So again, I'm curious to know, what are your thoughts on this controversy? Also, what are your thoughts on Aries Spears' reaction to Rotten Tomatoes giving Ice Cube a 0? Do you think he was right all along when speaking his opinion on Ice Cube's music and his acting? Again, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. But with that being said, that's all I got for y'all today. My name is Sensei Rip. Till next time, peace.
MREC TV.
We mentioned Vlad TV.
Right.
Now, put me on. What's going on? Why he put your name in a bad light? Like, what's going on?
He was a part of that whole Kading, Reggie Wright, now Whack 100. He was a part of that whole team out there in Cali that was spreading false information
Say word.
by the death of Biggie Smalls.
So they get the nigga and shit, so man, they put him on the car on the ground and shit, they rob him and shit. Like, feel me, the shotty, I sawed it off myself, so I know that shit do real damage. TM had that shit to the nigga head, and I'm thinking to myself, it ain't even over no real money. I'm already about to go to jail. And I said, nah. And the nigga eased up off him. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was kind of terrified because I ain't even want to see that. Like, I wanted them niggas like, I'll pat at you, but I ain't running up on you and shooting you in the face and then standing over you, hitting you 12 times. I'm not psychotic like that. Like, you feel me? If I did it, it was over some money or over some disrespect. So I was out to prove a point, not to, maim or disfigure nobody. Like, I'm not a psycho type shit. Like, you feel me? Like, so, you know what I'm saying? That was a terrifying moment for me because I ain't want to see that, and I'm about to get sentenced, you feel me?
Have you lived the life the streets tried to write for you, but ultimately found your own ending? Do you have a story of survival, betrayal, or redemption? We're looking for real people with real experiences to share their truth. If the streets tried to break you, but you made it out, we want to hear from you. Hit us up now to be a part of The Streets is a Myth.
I don't be wanting no distractions when I'm starting my day. I'm facing 20 years in jail. I don't got no time to.
Thank you for watching my video. If you like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also, hit that notification bell to get the latest on hip-hop, sports, comedy, whatever. All right, we got you covered over here at Forgotten Kings TV. And also, click on one of these videos, okay? All right, y'all.